Welcome back to my Math 116 lesson. Today we're going to talk about 12.10, dealing with spheres. So spheres, think of a planet, or think of maybe a volleyball or a basketball. And so what I'm going to talk about today is I want to hit volume and surface area. Okay, so my volume, now this is going to be something different. We have been dealing with 1/3, but for the sphere, it's going to be 4/3 pi radius to the third power. So the only thing we really care about now is the radius. So let's take a look at the first one. First one is pretty straightforward. You'd say 4/3 times 3.14 times 2 to the third power. Now, I'm going to make a note of this. This is the same as 4 times 3.14. 2 to the third power is 8. It's 2 times 2 times 2. And we're going to divide that all by 3. Bentley. So now, being said, when you multiply all this out, you should get something like 33.49, and your unit's going to be feet cubed because we're dealing with volume. Okay, now what about if I give you 12.5 inches? Well, we do the same thing. We say 4/3 times 3.14 times now 12.5. Now cubed, if you're comfortable doing it like this is the same thing. Feel free to do this. So you could say 4 times 3.14 times 12.5 times 12.5 times 12.5, and then divided by the 3. And you should get 81.77 0.08 inches cubed. Now remember, at any point in this video, you can always pause it to see how I'm working it out and seeing how you're doing it, and then always can replay it as many times as you need. But what about if I give you the volume? And I'm asking you now, what is the radius? Well, you still use our formula. Volume equals 4/3 3.14 times radius cubed. So this is 2,000 equals 4/3 times 3.14 times r to the third. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 4. You can follow me. I'm going to take 4 times 3.14, hit enter, divided by 3. And I get right at 4.19 r to the third. Divide by 4.19. R to the third equals, this is 477.33. But then what you have to do is you have to take, instead of taking the square root, it's this cubed root. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to do this on your calculators. So R is going to be, I want everybody to put 477.33. Find your little raised for your exponent, and then just put 1/3. That's how you cube it, or take a cube root. And by doing this, you should get 7.82 and it's going to be yards. So on this one, you may have to repeat this example a time or two. We can practice this on our next one. I'm doing our volume. Now it's going to be now in centimeters cubed. So now what I want us to do is I want us to take this volume and you still use your 4/3, 3.14 times r cubed, but now our volume is going to be 4,000. And we already know that 4 times 3.14 divided by 3 is 4.19. Divide it. R equals, in this case, it's going to be 954.65. And that's r cubed. So then what we do is define r is you raise it to the 1/3. So r should be roughly 9.85 centimeters. Okay. Like I said before, if you want to repeat the last two examples, feel free to. Next, I'm giving you a hemisphere. Okay, hemisphere, think about the Earth. We're divided into north and south hemisphere. So that means basically, if I give you 3 feet, you would say volume equals 4/3 times 3.14 times radius, which is 3 to the 3rd power. So this would actually be 4 times 3.14. 3 to the 3rd power is the same as 3 times 3 times 3, which is 27. Put that over 3. In this case, our radius is going to be 11.3.04. But remember, it's a hemisphere, so you need to divide it by 2. So you get the radius to be 56.52 feet. Cubed. This should be volume, not radius. Volume. Okay, volume of this hemisphere. So anytime you have a hemisphere, remember to find the volume and divide it by 2. Now the last thing is surface area. Surface area is always going to be 4 pi r squared. So then all you have to do is to find surface area is just plug it in. Surface area equals 4 times 3.14 times radius squared, which is 8 squared, or 64. And you should come out to be, in this case, 803, so 803.84 millimeters. Now, since we're talking about surface area, it's squared. And finally, I could just give us the surface area. In this case is 5,000. And then I just set this equal to 4 times 3.14 times radius squared. 5,000 equals, okay, 4 times 3.14 is 12.56 radius squared. Divide by 12.56 on both sides. Radius squared will become now 398.09. And then if you want to raise it now, you can take the square root of that or just raise it to the 1/2. You get the radius to be 19.95 feet. Okay, thank you for listening. And good luck with the upcoming test. Thank you.